that is a feel that you get from these motorcycles, the Interceptor 650 or the GT 650. It is not about going fast. It is not about proving that you have a very powerful motorcycle. It is about you enjoying and fulfilling your own life. That is all about.
Hello and welcome back to today's special podcast series.
Buddies, how you all
So,
doing?
I hope you guys are doing great. And after getting a lot of comments for comparing different motorcycles, Vikas and I have decided that okay, let's try to make a podcast on this new
Yeah,
kind of series where we will be comparing multiple motorcycles.
absolutely.
Right. So Vikas bhai, remember BSA has launched a new single cylinder 650cc right now, like a few days
Yes.
back. So we will compare three or four motorcycles today. People dream of getting maybe a parallel twin or something bigger compared
True.
to what they had before. So today
And
we
it is
are
the
going,
most
yes,
practical
absolutely.
and achievable segment also, correct? So,
Absolutely. And
yes.
you also have, Interceptor 650 from this particular segment.
I
You
have the
also have the
RC390 also.
390 as well.
Yeah.
So you can talk, you can talk in detail about these motorcycles. And
Yes.
not just that, I have ridden the rs457 Aprilia in
Mm-hmm.
the morning.
Yes.
So
Wow.
it belongs to my friend. It's a very good motorcycle.
Lovely.
Right. So we will
Why
we
don't
will
you take a
dig
ride
deep into
and
it.
come over to Hyderabad and I'll also experience the motorcycle?
Ah, yes, I'll I'll try. We can arrange that. Or maybe whenever
Yeah.
you're coming to Kolkata, we'll have a good,
Yes.
good ride here.
Hmm.
So, okay, so let's start. We'll not waste anybody's time. The first thing we will talk about is single cylinder 650cc.
I have experience with this segment. So, my mentor owns a BMW 650F, 650 Fundero.
Wow.
Beautiful motorcycle, single cylinder, 650cc. And for me, it is like a motorcycle which is within the family. I have been riding that motorcycle since I was probably 18, 19 years old. And
Wow.
so that way, I have experience with a similar motorcycle.
That's wonderful. But this BSA single cylinder 650cc, don't you think that it's like kind of too outdated right now? I mean, my only concern was the amount of vibrations it will have.
True. Yeah.
Yes, and like you have the RC390 that really heats up in traffic. I have also experienced it, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure about how this motorcycle will perform because the price point it's very close to the Interceptor and the GT. So
Hmm.
I think, people would rather prefer to get something which has a parallel twin on it. So,
Yeah.
so do you think that as a buyer, given these options that are available in stock in India right now, like the RS457, we will talk about that also later on, but just the uh, just the BSA Goldstar 650
Yeah.
and maybe an Interceptor 650. So what would be your choice, like from a buyer's perspective,
Very good question, Joe. So, here,
right?
when you spoke about vibrations, so big single cylinders don't get vibrations, they have complete movement. The whole body
Absolutely.
moves. Okay. Vibration is something which is irritating. It's like a high frequency movement going up and down. So,
Right.
uh, however, when a whole body of a motorcycle moves in a single big cylinder, that is not irritating. As a matter of fact, some people like it. They feel that this is a nice, old school, classy feel of a motorcycle. So,
Right.
here with the BSS 650, it is going to be very specific to the buyer. Someone who wants old school charm,
Correct.
when they crank up the motorcycle, if they want the motorcycle to kind of shake, then
That's
they
a
would
different
love
feeling.
it.
Absolutely true.
So, see, personally, okay, even I like some level of good vibration or good movement in a motorcycle. Okay, because in the end, it's a machine that is literally living, breathing. There is fire inside it. Correct? So
Absolutely.
we want to
Sorry.
feel that the motorcycle is actually living when we sit on the motorcycle. Sometimes a few Honda motorcycles, even Honda superbikes, like my
The
mentor, he
CBR.
owns a CBR 600RR.
Wow.
Amazing motorcycle, but it is extremely smooth. When you sit on the motorcycle, when you rev her up, you feel nothing is moving. You only hear the sound actually. So, so that way, it is a very, very
So
personal
yeah, yeah,
choice.
like the Japanese, absolutely.
Yes.
And now you also have experience with the 390 series, so
Correct.
little bit of vibrations is fine. But I
390,
think, yeah,
especially my RC 390, it has vibrations and also the whole body movement. Okay.
okay,
Especially the RC 390 because the whole fairing vibrates when you accelerate. When it keeps aging, okay, when the motorcycle is
right,
new, probably the fairing does not vibrate much, but
right,
5 years later, 6 years later, the fairing will start to vibrate and there is nothing much you can do about it. You have to start accepting her that way. You have to start accepting that behavior of her. So,
absolutely.
yes.
So yeah, this BSA, this goldstar 650, it comes with a 5-speed gearbox. I mean, a 650cc with a 5-speed. Um, I mean, personally, I would not choose this.
Yeah.
I would really go for the Interceptor, and I'm pretty sure you would do the same.
Yeah. So here I'll give you a scenario. Okay.
Sure.
So now you are probably 29 years old. Okay.
Right.
Now I am 40. So just think that if I am a 45-year-old, all right. Now I've kind of seen enough life so far. I've ridden superbikes, I've ridden parallel twins, British motorcycles, and
Almost
all
everything
of
that is
that.
there.
Yeah. And now I want to gift something for my birthday to myself. And I want it to have a unique old school charm. And I don't
Correct.
want too many people to buy it. Okay. That is also something which matters to many of us. Even if the motorcycle is not a great performer, we would want some exclusivity in it. So that way, I can go and gift myself a BSA 650 for my birthday. It's not going to cost me too much money. It's not a
Exactly.
10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. So it is achievable amount of money. It's not going to break my bank and it is going to be unique. I'm sure not many are going to get sold. So
I'm pretty sure
that
about
way,
that.
it kind of becomes uh, a motorcycle which someone who is into collecting will buy.
Correct. Because, like Vikas bhai, I was just doing some research on old school motorcycles like,
Yeah.
the RX 135, RX 100s, and all
I
these.
have an RX also. Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, the prices right now, like for the collectors, it's going up 1
Yeah.
lakh, 2 lakh. The RD
Correct.
350 sells around 3 to 4 lakh rupees.
Correct.
So, if somebody, they want to get something from that era, like the retro vibe and something like that. So they might actually end up buying this.
True.
I
See,
mean, it looks
I'll
old,
give you,
but it's, yeah,
yeah, I'll give you a practical example here. So I have owned quite a few
sure.
RX motorcycles. Okay, I've owned the RX 100, RX 135, and we even modified the RX 135 where she became a 150cc, and
Wow.
we imported pistons from Thailand. All those things we did, and there is even a video on my YouTube channel where I was drag racing the RX 135, which is actually a 150, with the R15, and the
Oh,
RX was able to beat the R15 hollow till about 60 kilometers an hour. So, so these are great motorcycles to have fun with, but there is no level of practicality. I'll explain why. So now, if someone wants to go ahead and buy an RX, it could be a 100 or a 135. Okay. There are two kind of RX motorcycles available right now. One is without papers, one is with papers. Without
Right.
papers means, for an example, if my father owned an RX, it is still in my parking, I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast, then I would want to sell it to someone. Okay. But the papers are lost. My father passed away, the papers don't know where they are, they expired. So I can get a buyer, okay, where I will simply sign a paper saying that this is my father's motorcycle, I'm selling it to someone. So I'll sell it to that person for about 1 lakh, even without papers, okay,
Wow.
if the motorcycle is well kept. So now the person who's buying a motorcycle without papers for 1 lakh, the motorcycle could be in mint condition, original condition, but where will the person ride? Get it? The
There's no
person
practical.
will get stopped by cops immediately. The moment cops see a two-stroke motorcycle, they will stop you because they know most of the time you won't have papers, and even if you have papers, they can say too much smoke is coming out, this, that, 100 reasons they can put. Got it? So even if you have papers for the motorcycle, it will,
Yeah.
she'll already be probably 25, 30 years old, and renewing the registration could become difficult with the new
Very
pollution
hard.
norms and all of that. So even after paying 1 lakh or so for the RX, she'll only be a collector's motorcycle. I'll have to start her in my parking, probably ride around my, neighborhood, feel good, keep her back. That's all about it.
Absolutely.
Got it. So here is where the BSA 650 will bring in practicality, brand new motorcycle with registration, insurance, everything, but you get the charm that you are having a old school motorcycle.
All right. That's what Java did. I mean, Mahindra is the one bringing all these motorcycles.
But Java has been
So
a
they're
disaster, on the face. I
absolutely.
can mention again.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how the
I
newer models are, but the first initial models of the
initial
Java,
models.
yeah,
Yeah,
I witnessed what happened to one of my investors. He bought a Java for his father for the same old school charm,
correct.
and the whole motorcycle's metal parts, chrome parts,
Get rusted.
started to rust only because of rainwater. I mean, motorcycles don't
In
actually
just
rust so
7 days
easily
or
because
eight
of,
days.
yeah. I mean,
I have the
he,
same experience
yeah.
with my friend's Java. So
All
we
right.
made a video. We went to showroom and we showed them. They were like, they kept replacing the parts. But like
Unbelievable.
at the
Yeah.
end, yeah, you won't believe actually the showroom, the Java, that particular dealership closed down,
Hmm.
and now they are selling ethers.
Oh.
Oh
So
wow, they
that
have
Java, I mean, by the metal parts rusting so easily, that has been a big downside. And next, see, it looked old school, but when you sat on the
correct.
motorcycle, the engine was a bit too smooth, isn't it? I mean,
Right,
there
right.
was, yeah, no
Something from
feel.
the, like Tarun was telling, it was from the, I think this Mojo, and
Mojo
Tarun was
was,
right. Like it was derived from the Mojo. They made a lot of
yeah,
changes, but I mean, I could feel that thing. Like it's looks. I
Mojo
mean,
had
it
too much
sounds
vibration.
absolutely,
Probably they refined it a bit too much here, and it became too smooth,
maybe
the Java. Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, we were
Hmm.
talking about the BSA Goldstar, and
Yeah.
not surprised that it's selling like decently in
Hmm.
Europe as well. But compared to the Interceptor or the GT 650 sales, it's nowhere near.
True.
So I mean, people are actually preferring to buy the 650 twins from Royal Enfield rather than a
Yeah.
Java, rather than the BSA or even some bigger bikes I have seen.
Yeah.
So
See, if I would have
yeah.
been of your age, okay, why would I ever want to go and buy a BSA 650? Got it. Unless my father has been a collector and I have
Absolutely.
seen enough of motorcycles and I want to buy
Or maybe my
one as a
grandfather
collector.
had a BSA, an
Correct. Some
old
sentiment.
BSA. Correct.
Got it. So,
So,
at your age, you would want a motorcycle, which has got some glamour in it. And now, when I say glamour, it's about the sound. It is about the look.
right.
And when you sit on the motorcycle, open throttle, you want it to provide that acceleration, the torque, the horsepower, everything put together.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, for a youngster, definitely the Interceptor or the GT makes way more sense.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was about the BSA Goldstar 650.
Yeah.
And okay, so next we will be comparing the Interceptor
Hmm.
GT650 with uh, the RS457. I mean, there's
Oh,
no way one should be comparing it, but because our audience is like that, I mean, not our audience, because the buyers, the Indian motorcycle buyers, they will like this thing is trending on YouTube also.
yeah.
People are actually searching for
Hmm.
GT650 versus uh, the RS457, but we will surely, do a comparison. There's nothing wrong with it,
It is
but
a very good
absolutely
question, Joe, because see, you and I, also the audience of this YouTube channel, our Instagram, our audience is very, very matured and evolved
absolutely
in motorcycles. Okay, but there are millions of other people who like motorcycles also, correct? Okay, who are
correct.
just getting into the hobby and the lifestyle of motorcycles. Now they will get confused because for them they will not understand by the face value is just by the look of it, that the aprilia is a different category of a motorcycle and the GT is a different category motorcycle. They'll not understand that. I'll give you a
Absolutely.
simple example. Now someone who's absolutely new into cameras, okay, will not understand the difference between a DSLR and a mirrorless. Okay, so for that, a person has to be trained and understand what is a DSLR and what is a mirrorless. For them, everything is the same. It looks the same. So here, also, it's a very valid point that we need to discuss. That the Aprilia and the GT650. Who should buy what?
These are two different genre
Absolutely
motorcycle.
different genres. Yes.
Absolutely. So yeah, the first thing is you should get your, like what thing do you want to get extract from that motorcycle? Ask yourself. So maybe somebody he's just into, performance. Maybe in future they want to do track days also. So for them, the RS457 will make more sense
True.
compared to a GT. But
Correct.
maybe somebody like me who's not into, even you have the Interceptor. You
Yes.
enjoy the the package it is, the way it is.
Yes.
So I mean that's how we can first you ask yourself what is
Yeah.
the purpose of getting the motorcycle? You will be doing long tours, you will be doing uh, tracks, you will be just for weekend rides, or maybe just for the feeling. So
For
first
me
thing is
personally,
absolutely
uh, the GT 650 or the Interceptor 650, for me, the number one reason why I like them is I would like to put on a nice leather jacket. I have one. My mentor, he gifted it to me
wow.
many years ago. It is a 20-year-old jacket, got from Singapore. So I like to put on that leather jacket, put on blue denims, black leather
Gives a
boots.
different vibe.
Absolutely. And go to a nearby cafe or nice, pleasant ride in the evening. That is a feel that you get from these motorcycles, the Interceptor
Yeah,
650 or the GT 650. It is not about going fast. It is not about proving that you have a very powerful motorcycle. It is about you enjoying and fulfilling your own life. That is all about it. So,
absolutely. So,
however,
yeah, so just ask
yeah,
yourself, the purpose.
correct. Just like you said, okay, the
Correct.
Aprilia is, as a matter of fact, a pure performance oriented motorcycle. Okay. If I have to go to a cafe nearby my home, why would I want to take the Aprilia? Correct? Uh, and if I have to take someone for a ride, for an example, if I have a lover in my life, or if I want to take my son or daughter or anyone, for a ride, then I would love to take them on a ride on an Interceptor 650. Correct? If the seat
Absolutely.
is flat, it is comfortable, they can sit securely, they can hold me. But if it's a Aprilia, I mean, does it even have a rear seat?
Yeah, actually, my friend, he got
Uh,
the cowl as well because the rear seat is very small.
yeah, I
So
mean,
I
it doesn't
tried
make
to
any
sit on
sense,
it.
no? Yeah, to have a
Absolutely.
rear
It's not
seat. Correct.
practical, at
Correct.
least for that bike. But
Yes.
yeah, so that's the thing. You should ask yourself what the purpose of getting that motorcycle. You will straight away get your answer. If Vikas Bhai wanted to do track days, he will surely get, maybe if compared to a GT or a RS457, he would have chosen the RS457 if
Absolutely.
these two options were there. But
See,
taking Sid out on a ride, obviously the
yeah,
Interceptor will make more sense.
absolutely. Again,
Uh,
see, if this would have been the 2018 Vikas, where I used to ride on the highways at very high
the fast
speeds,
Vikas.
yeah,
That,
I used to do friendly races with other
yeah,
motorcycles, like the R3 and the RC390 and Dukes and all of them and the super bikes. So, if this would have been that Vikas, then I would have for sure bought the Aprilia, because if I go on a breakfast ride, 200-kilometer ride, Aprilia is going to be pure pleasure, high performance, and way safer than any GT or Interceptor
actually,
650. Got it. When I say way safer,
correct.
the brakes, the aerodynamics, the handling of the motorcycle. So everything is designed for high speeds. So it's very simple. You want thrill, you
Absolutely.
want fast motorcycle rides, track days, then it is the Aprilia.
You get,
If you want peace of mind, spare parts available. If you want to take a pillion,
that's
it
a
is a
factor. Yeah.
Interceptor. Yeah.
Absolutely. And one thing I noticed about between these two motorcycles, although I was not comparing it, but the sitting posture, the
Yeah.
GT was more like, I mean, more aggressive than the this
Mm.
RS457. The RS457 is more like the Ninja 1000 kind of that
Lifted up
the body posture that you're
clip-on
getting. Yeah,
parts. Yeah. Yeah. See, generally clip-ons for
right,
super bikes, they are actually below the level of where they are clipped on. It is kind of like one
right.
inch lower to the front forks. Okay, and next come same level like the RC390. Next come, okay, the clip-on bars which are slightly raised up, so that you get a more
Yeah, it's
comfortable.
raised up,
Yeah.
right. This was raised up. So
Yeah.
it's providing a very good comfortable riding posture. And I did enjoy, riding it. So I think that answers the question that maybe users were confused between these two different category motorcycles. But like you have said clearly, the purpose is where you will get the answer. So you ask
Correct.
yourself for what purpose you're buying that motorcycle, you will have a straightaway answer for that.
I will summarize it. If you want speed, okay, of course, which is absolutely illegal to ride
Yeah,
very fast above the speed of 100, 120, 140, whatever. But if you want speed, if you want performance, if you want aerodynamics, if you want top speed, if you want to ride solo, if you want to do track days, then absolutely no questions asked, it is the Aprilia. You know, and if you are more or less a family man, or if you want to kind of have a motorcycle where you can take pillion also with you sometimes, then it is the 650 series.
and the third category would be maybe if your grandfather had a BSA
Yeah,
or a retro motorcycle, then it would be the
true.
BSA Goldstar 650. So we have got a
Absolutely.
very good, like ranking system by Vikas Rachamalla today. So, audience, if you guys have any questions or any confusion between any motorcycles of your choice, please feel free to follow us. Then, you can straight away ask your questions in the comment section. And
Absolutely.
Vikas bhai and I will be happy to answer those things for you.
Yes. Please
So
follow us on Instagram. Follow Joe on his Instagram, me on my Instagram, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
yes, and as always, we will see you again in the next episode.
Thank you, buddies. Thank you.